Hello, everyone. My name's Andrew Young. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Vernon Hills High School. And we wanted to put together this short and informal video just to look at especially a couple different examples of filling out the course request forms, and just to hopefully answer a few more additional questions that we couldn't get into at orientation or that may not be as clear in some of our electronic communication. So really briefly, as a reminder, there are several places to find resources relative to course selection for your incoming ninth grader. One is that December SMORE newsletter, where we laid out several different places and specific resources to find. That includes going to our website. There's a couple different ways to find the academic planning webpage on our website. One is under the academics tab, where you can click on the curriculum guide and then actually click on course selection information. There's some overall resources for all students regardless of grade level, and then also there's an 8th grade page. You can also find it by going to our Students and Student Services tab and then also directly clicking on Academic Course Planning. Once you make it there, you'll be directed to this page where you can kind of see some overall course planning resources and then the specific pieces that we've tried to break down by December and January that will help you and your student make some decisions about what courses they want to take next year at Vernon Hills. Once you navigate here, again, there is sort of three specific things that I want to draw your attention to. We've covered these at orientation and in other places. One is more detailed pieces of information about course level descriptions. So think through what is really the difference between geometry and geometry honors, or bio and bio honors, or AP, human geography, and geography. So those are in that course level descriptions. We've got that out of class time calculator that's just to estimate. Some nights you might have 15 minutes and some nights you might have 90 minutes. It's just an estimate overall each night of what you can expect. And of course, you can expect more time, and especially more independent time in advanced coursework. So that's dual credit, honors, and AP. And then I also want to draw your attention to just a short video education series that we've put together for 8th grade families. I think the most pertinent one is especially video 3 is a thoughtful dialogue between two of our school counselors, and just some things that we can't impress too much on relative to our parents and helping their students navigate what classes to choose next year. The other thing that we mailed home and that you can also find electronically, our curriculum guide is 140 pages. Obviously, the classes are laid out there in sort of a novel form. This just notes, outside of those core placements, all of the non-placement elective options, including in some of our academic departments, core departments, that your student has access to. And so it lays out the course. If there's any prerequisite, meaning is there a class you've got to take before you have access to that? So a big one's in art. If your student second semester wants digital photo or glass art, they're going to need to take art exploration prior. And then you can see as you read from left to right, whether or not it's a semester only class, meaning you would like to take it one semester or the other, or it's only offered a specific semester. So sometimes they're offered both. Sometimes you can only take it first or second semester. And then you'll notice, especially as you head towards the bottom of the page, some of these electives are year-long electives, meaning they're going to take the entire school year. It's not just for a semester. This will make sense here in just a moment. We've laid out the graduation requirements electronically. We've also shared those with you. I think the biggest thing is that universities are each looking for something different. 94% of our students go on to a 2 or 4 year school. And so we're cognizant of it's more than just our 3 years of math or 2 years of science. You need to note that if you are planning to go to a university or college, they really are looking for 4 years of math and often 3 or 4 years of science. And so it's specific to every university. Some are more specific than others. And so if you already have a college list in mind, we would encourage you to visit it for more specific requirements. This 4-year planning sheet, just as a tool, again, we've shared this electronically, that your student might want to map out their electives especially, or maybe their math sequence and path. This is the last year that you'll have a paper form. All of this process, from the course selection to the curriculum guide to mapping out the next few years, whether you have future students to come or already have a student at Vernon Hills, all of this is going to be done electronically next year in a new software that we will roll out over the summer. From finding your colleges and applying to actually picking your classes, that program will launch this spring for juniors, and then for all Vernon Hills students next summer and fall as you prepare for course selection the following year. Again, as we've highlighted a couple of times, if you would like to change classes or level change up, you don't need to if you opt out of an advanced placement class or honors class, but if you would like to level up, you need to contact the appropriate department chair prior to February 9th to have that dialogue and conversation, and then they'll let my team know that you've had that. The other thing that we wanted to highlight here is just that many of our students are recommended for a numeracy or literacy course. That is a required course based on a number of factors. If for some reason your family doesn't want that intervention, you again need to speak to, if it's for numeracy, Mr. Corney, our math department chair, and if it's literacy, it's Ms. Nieves, our English department chair. So let's get into 3 just quick examples. This is the pink course request form, of course, that we've mentioned and talked about at orientation. And your placements will come in right here for the core area, so math, science, and English. Your social studies or world language, those are both elective areas. So while you may have a placement in social studies or have a prior world language experience, those are listed down here. So you can write them in up here, but it's important to note that technically both social studies and world language is an elective rather than a required department. Again, we've put the other 3 up top. Something that we added this year is an opportunity for your student to just note kind of an area of interest that they have for post-secondary, whether that's a career interest or just a general kind of major interest. Just something that lets the counselor know and our team know just some of the things in conversations that your family's been talking about over the last few years. Especially if there's a conversation where you reach out to a counselor or call a counselor or schedule an appointment. That's just an important and helpful detail as we help your student make some choices. So as you can see, in this student's example, they've got freshman lit, algebra 1, and biology were their placements. They've also been placed into the literacy and numeracy intervention. That's listed on the same line because those happen simultaneously in a student's schedule. Literacy and numeracy are not separate periods, so they're listed on the same line. In this example, the student was interested in automotive and business tech. You can kind of see up here their area of interest was some sort of auto or plumbing or some sort of trades when they think about their post-secondary experience. They also thought it might be fun to try guitar and engineering CAD. You will write the course number and the course name. And again, you'll use this sheet off to the left that notes if it's a specific semester or if there's a prerequisite. As we've noted here, that F and S, F means it's a first semester class, S means it's a second semester class. If there's not an F or an S, then it's a full year course. So in this case, I've correctly listed the course number for automotive first semester, and I've correctly listed the correct course number for intro to business with the S because it's a second semester course. Same thing for guitar with the F and engineering CAD with the S. Down here, you'll note we also ask for elective backups. So often, as you know, when we create schedules, they don't happen perfect. Especially your elective choices might butt up against your English class or another elective that you have. We have a lot of freshman lit and comps. We can always get your student into that class. But we don't always have a lot of sections of guitar or automotive, and so sometimes those schedule at the same time and your student needs to make a backup choice. And so this allows us to schedule your student into a backup choice. And so it's important to list those backup choices here. You'll see in this scenario, while your student had access, or the student had access to geography and world history or Spanish 1, they elected to go a different route, which is why they put the automotive, business, CAD, and guitar along with graphics as their backup choice. Your student signs it, and then the parent also signs the form, and then you'll submit this. We've talked about this a number of ways. You can drop it off at our West Main security desk during business hours. You can mail it back in the envelope that we've provided. You can also email it to Miss Lehman to return this in, and it's due February 9th. In this student's case, this student is interested in being a history teacher or an attorney, a lawyer. You see, again, those core placements were listed here. In this example, the student was placed into biology, but the student called Mr. Procise and had a conversation and really wanted to try biology honors. And so the family crossed off biology. They wrote in biology honors and noted that they had called Mr. Procise. We have our own internal tracking system. If you've spoke to Mr. Procise, we always verify that that's happened. So even if you cross it off, if you haven't had that conversation, my team is going to contact you and say, hey, thanks for noting biology honors or freshman lit honors, but you haven't called Mr. Procise. You haven't called Ms. Nieves. We will know if that's happened. If it's happened, then we'll process this form. In this case, obviously the student wants to be a history teacher. They were placed in any geography or world history class. This student chose world history. You'll notice they wrote it for semester 1 and semester 2. It's a full year elective. They're also a band student. Band is a full year elective, and so they wrote it in both semesters, semester 1 and semester 2 columns. And then they were also really interested in art, and so they elected not to take any world language class, which could have been Spanish 1, French 1, German 1. They are interested in art, and particularly glass art. So again, as I noted earlier, glass art has a prerequisite, and for all freshmen, first semester art exploration is the prerequisite in order to go into any other art class second semester. So what do you do in art exploration? Art exploration is sort of a smattering of different classes. There's several units. So there's the digital component. There's more the traditional drawing and painting unit. There's the glass unit. So it sort of opens up students' eyes to all the different things that they can do in the art program over the next 4 years and prepares them for that next class. And so that's why that prerequisite exists. Obviously, all freshmen are required to take health and PE. We will decide which semester you do that. If you are a very old freshman by birth date and you are hopeful that you can get into driver's ed, you can write driver's ed in second semester, and we will let you know. We often can take a handful of freshmen. Typically, that class is taken sophomore year as an elective if you don't opt to do that privately. You can also see our curriculum guide with some specifics about birth dates relative to that elective option. This student's backup choice was culinary arts and pastry arts. So again, culinary arts is a first semester class or a second semester class, but this student wants pastry arts second semester. And so in order to do that, they had to take the prerequisite, which is Intro to Culinary Arts. Student signed, as did the parent. And our final example, which is right here. This student is interested in going to med school. So this student wants to be a doctor of some sort. The student was placed into geo honors and bio honors, but they were also placed into freshman and comp honors. But as they think about balance and other things, you can see below they had also signed up for the full year elective AP Human Geography and Spanish 2, which they had access to down here and were placed into in their elective placements. This student's like, I've seen the differences between freshman lit and comp honors and freshman lit, and this is the one place where I'm going to back off a little bit. So the student crossed off freshman lit honors. They wrote in freshman lit. In this case, opting out of your placement, you don't need to contact Ms. Nieves. So they wrote in freshman lit, noted the opt out, filled out their electives, including a study hall here. And then their backup electives were Intro to Theater and Acting Studio. Notice that the course number is written again with the F for first semester and the S. And again, you will use this sheet as your primary tool for any elective in any department, and both prerequisites and semester specifics. We can't guarantee what order your electives will be first or second semester unless it has a prerequisite. Of course, we can guarantee that the prerequisite would come first semester. Again, student signs, parent signs, and dates, and then you submit this to our team or drop it off. If you have any questions, I recognize this is a very detailed process and lots of things to consider. Please don't hesitate to contact one of our school counselors that can really help you make decisions about the overall process and long-term connection to post-secondary and career. Or, of course, if you've got questions about a specific course in a department, I would really encourage you to contact our department chairs. They're your best resource for those specifics. Otherwise,